Where was I? Ah, yes. Okay, this one's a two-parter. Obviously, I'm from the UK. I am the founder of the Back the Brit Society. I'm super patriotic right now.
Mm.
Um, Hindsight is an incredible thing, Deontay. You
Yeah.
know, I, for one, I'm not going to lie to you, Deontay. I believe that if you applied the power that obviously you've had these devastating knockouts, but if you know, I don't know if you started boxing earlier in your career. I believe it was 19. Incredible story. Your daughter spina bifida. More power to you and fathers like you. But I do believe that the skill factor, if it was more applied at um, uh, the early sides of your career, or if you maybe started a bit earlier, what have you, I think you would have been incredible. However, I have been, I won't lie, I have been somebody who has critiqued a lot of your performances. I can actually name fighters that you've beaten, and like some people and stuff. But nonetheless, devastating. In hindsight, do you believe that it would have been the correct choice to take the Anthony Joshua undisputed fight? I know this is quite unfair, and I do apologize. However, as a boxing fan and somebody who's wanted that fight for so long, and who will ask you this question, do you believe that it would have been the right time to take that fight?
I I was willing, ready, and able. I do believe in hindsight, and I do believe in as you younger, when you getting in something younger, it's easier to maybe pick some up or obtain the knowledge of what need to be obtained from that sport or business or whatever you're trying to teach your child. And as that
Mm.
child grows, because of the experience that it has, is able to apply certain tools to certain situations immediately. And I feel, if my life was, meant towards to go that direction, then it definitely would have made my career even better, so, than what it was. But my path wasn't meant for it to go that way, like many other stories, that's been told. For me, I got
Mm.
into boxing because of my daughter that was born with spina bifida. You looking at a father.
Incredible.
I
Like
love.
honestly, like I've always said that to every, like, in terms of how you got in, and for what the
Right.
reasoning behind it. No one can ever fault that.
I risk my life for others' entertainment, and I dare not to lie about certain things. I dare not to even lie about myself. They say the truth shall set you free. So every time I
Mm.
speak the truth of things happening. Versus
Did Shelley have more control? I mean, I know that might be a little bit unfair. You don't have to obviously answer, but do you believe the people around you who managed your career and looked out for your best interests, maybe um, the decision making, because it was a very lucrative fight, Deontay.
Yeah,
And
we
like
and
I said, hindsight's a terrible thing, and it's a very unfair question, But obviously, I will ask it because this has been going on for like years,
right.
and now that I actually get to speak to you, it's actually quite cool, isn't it? Not too bad, not too bad. The second part
I'm
is that you. Oh, carry on, champ. Sorry.
not just. I'm just like I said. I'm gonna just be straightforward and up honest, like I've
Yep.
always been, and I never like shortcut that at all. And a lot of people get mad
Mm.
when I speak, especially in the boxing business, because sometimes I say certain shit that don't need to be said or whatever. Because you know what I mean. I, I,
It's
can't-
okay not to be politically correct,
I
Deontay.
can
I
never be
say cunt
completely
like
correct. I'm not a
loads of times.
politically correct person. You know what I mean? I can't. I mean, I just
Good.
gotta give it to how I feel and what I've observed and what I've experienced. And just to make a long
Mm.
story short, with that fight, they just didn't want to fight, bro. They didn't. I'm just. Sometimes it's hard for people to understand it or collect it in their membrane and stuff like that. But I mean, I can't. I don't know any other way that the non-believers that I don't know any way to convince or tell them. I tried my best to make that fight. I even went to getting a lower percentage. When they gave guys that was not even in the same talk as me, higher percentage. I
Mhm.
tried, bro. I honestly did.
I, b-
God
I
is my
genuinely
witness.
believe you.
But I'm gonna keep it real to the people because I always have and I always will.